Just off the highway is a small hand-painted sign with a pumpkin on it, announcing the Venitucci Ranch.
You come through the gate and you forget about your troubles.
And that is easy to do. The ranch is peaceful, if not quiet. The wind comes off of Cheyenne Mountain and blows through an old abandoned windmill. Then it reaches the abandoned outbuildings and creaks and groans. It blows across fields filled with pumpkins and sets dancing the wind chimes near the ranch house. There are bells to the door leading into the house. In the kitchen, even though she is blind, Bambi Venetucci prepares meals for the ranch help.
You can't ask a kid to work on an empty stomach. Gosh, I'll tell you how many loaves of bread kids have gone through here, and peanut butter sandwiches and cookies and cakes and stuff, you know.
There's spaghetti for lunch. Ryan is a high school student. He dishes out another helping.
It's the best food I ever had. Sometimes better than at home.
And James agrees.
Oh, it's awesome. You know, she feeds us really good. She won't let us leave the kitchen unless we're full, as much as we can eat.
During the fall, when the ranch gives away more than 40,000 pumpkins to little kids, it takes a lot of work. It starts with Nick Venitucci.
Of course, I've been lucky that we've had some pretty good help, too. But we treat the help real good. We have no problem. Bambi cooks for them. I think they just come here to eat. She's a good cook.
Perhaps. But there's a lot of hard work. There are many volunteers. Tim first came to the farm when he was 12 years old. 30 years later, he is still volunteering.
This is where hard work begins. He actually taught me what to do as far as hard work. He taught me what hard work was all about. You learn about the good things in life, and that hard work gets you somewhere, and to treat people right and be fair with people. I think he's a great American hero in my book. He's really a Superman. He's really something special, and I just enjoy being around him.
Bambi says that in the 65 years her husband has worked the farm, he has changed the lives of a lot of farmhands.
He's touched the lives of many, many, yeah. We've had all kinds working here. We've had some pretty rough characters working here, too. But we've had some pretty rough ones. But you'd be surprised what happens to them after they've been here. They just kind of change. You know, the roughness sort of wears off, and he's worked them, and he could work right along with them. See, that's the thing that Nick has always done. And you'd be surprised that what it has done for people. Well, he's made men out of them. He's made men out of a lot of boys.
Nick is 90 years old. He climbs up onto a John Deere Model A and fires the engine. He still does 90% of the plowing, cultivating, and planting. He starts working on the fields in the late winter. By the fall, he has gone over them at least 20 times. Some call the ranch a school without walls. Bill is a former education superintendent who has been volunteering at the ranch for 10 years. He is amazed at Nick Venitucci.
I like coming out, and I like helping Nick. He's a great guy. Very giving person. He gets up and down off those tractors. I can't believe it myself. I mean, we have young kids around here that don't get up and down off those tractors as well as he does. Of course, I think that's what keeps him going, too. It's wonderful to be around him.
Nick gets up at 5 every morning. He says that is exactly what keeps him going.
Why am I doing this when I don't have to? This is hard work. Well, I've asked myself that question a few times. It's because I want to do it. If I don't do it, I know this farm will fall apart. You gotta love farming, and I learned to love it over the years. If you don't love what you're doing, well then it's work, but it don't feel like work to me. I love to do what I'm doing. I wouldn't trade it for nothing else.
Bambi Venetucci says that her husband lives in a constant season of giving. His passion is pumpkins. Each year he gives thousands of them away.
You know, there's something about a pumpkin that kids go wild about. If you come down here with all these little kiddies here, that's the big thing in their life.
In the autumn, the ranch is a bustle of activity. Pumpkins going in every direction, children carrying them in small little red wagons, adults carrying them in wheelbarrows. Andy and her daughter Mackenzie explain why they came to the ranch for pumpkins.
Well, we have to buy some pumpkins and some corn stalks. Well, I think they're freshly picked pumpkins, right? From the garden?
Just to experience Venetucci's, it's part of the fall tradition living in Colorado Springs. You come out and get your pumpkins and your hay bales and your corn stalks. And we've just always done it, and it's more fun for the kids than going to Walmart and doing that corporate America thing.
Ann and her daughter Nicole have been going to the ranch for 5 years.
The best part for the kids that they have the choice to pick everything they want.
I like it because there's bigger pumpkins. And because there's everybody smiling.
For many, it is a tradition that includes, of course, photographs.
Hey guys! One more. Tim, smile. Joseph, Daniel.
On the ranch, there are almost as many smiles as there are pumpkins. Bambi says that folks take much more back home with them.
First of all, it's done not just to give them a pumpkin, but they learn something about nature. You know, so many of these children in Colorado Springs, they've lived on pavement and grass all their lives. And then they come out here, and it's so different, and they learn a little bit of where things come from. But I hope that they also take with them a little spirit of giving.
Nick started giving pumpkins away 50 years ago as he was driving a truck to market.
It was an open truck, and their old eyes just bulged out when I seen that big load of pumpkins. So I decided one day I'm just going to stop here and give a pumpkin to every darn kid come along. So I gave the whole dang truckload away.
Maybe this was destined. As a young boy, he gave up a promising baseball career in the Yankee organization to return to the family farm.
I'll be what I am. The Lord seems to know what's best for you.
He has no regrets with how life turned out. He is happy raising pumpkins and giving them away. He still loves working the field. Does Bambi worry about a 90-year-old man still riding a tractor?
I don't exactly worry about it. I put him in God's hand, and I just figure God's going to take care of him. And I can't be worried because I would just drive myself nuts. I pray, yes. I just trust. That's the way I've lived my life.
At a time when most people have been retired for 25 years, Nick is still working. How much longer will he do it?
Till they put me in the box. And I'll be done then. As I say, if you love what you're doing, it don't seem like work.
Nick says he will work his ranch as long as he is able.